but really, I did do...
I think for the outcome for the children.
Yes, yeah. So they've gone all over the world.
Wow.
Everywhere you can't imagine.
Really?
Everywhere.
Wow.
Bosnia, India, Africa.
You are related to a charity?
No, I've latched on to different... I used to run a knit and natter in Leyland, and we did an awful lot there. I went there for 10 years, but as Barry deteriorated, I thought leaving him for nearly a day it was far too long at weekend. So I resigned from that, but we sent stuff all over the world, really. And then when I decided, I've done for everybody, the Seamen's Mission at Scotland. I've knitted 500 breasts for the breastfeeding network, even did for the University of Bolton, a batch there.
The breastfeeding buddies?
Yes,
stuff.
Yeah. Somebody nominated me at Civil Service to go to the Queen's Garden party on that. So I was picked out the whole Northwest, I was picked out the whole Northwest to go to the Queen's Garden party because of what I'm doing. And it's just gone on and on. And then when I left with Barry, I was involved with a nurse prior to Miss Leyland. And Wendy was a nurse at Liverpool Hospital, which was very much in with Liverpool Women's Hospital. And she did an awful lot for charity. And I got to know her by the knit and natter, that we'd started to make cribs for babies that didn't make it between 12 and 20 weeks. So I knit a crib and I used to send them to Wendy and she delivered them to hospital. And sadly, last year, Wendy got killed in a car crash on Penwith and Way on her way to hospital. She was just taken out. It was just awful. And she left a little boy and a husband and whatever. But through Wendy, I got in contact. I don't do Facebook when I'm saying no ticky-tacky things, but we've got closed groups on there, ladies all over the country, and we've got a little admin lady there and one of there, and we send out stuff, and then they send, it's done organised. And Wendy was part of that, so I'm part of that now. And through that, my stuff is now going Liverpool Women's Hospital, Queen Elizabeth Hospital, Blackpool Victoria don't want them, Liverpool, Coventry, Queen Elizabeth at Norfolk. They have gone to whatever it was called, Northern Ireland. So that keeps me busy for all these babies that prematurely pass away or born stillborn or for whatever reasons have to be terminated because they just weren't going to make it. I'm not being judged on that. Okay.
So that's fantastic.
So that's what I'm doing. And then the dementia things, I got linked up with that by accident. I was looking on the internet and I went to see Nathan. I've forgotten his last name now. And I arrived with 10 of these things. He said, how do you know we've run out? So I didn't. I just saw it on the internet. I thought, well, I'll have a go at those. And so I'm linked up now with Patient Experience up at Victoria. And there's a lot of ladies now, as a band of, put my picture in the paper, a full thing about me. And it got a lot of people knitting. And so that's that going on. They're well stocked up. And now they're going further afield. So
very well done you.
So that is my outlet. And I say to anybody caring, see to yourself, have something that you're passionate about, have something that gives you a little bit of space between that intensity and and I've got a lot of nice friends as well. So so that's, but my education, nothing. No, don't worry at all.
That's education, experience is education. That's actually, nowadays it's so competitive, so everybody's doing those things, but quite a while ago it's not like that. Nobody did like that. But when it comes to this, personal circumstances may have the course for you. Well, but if not, so it's your age, depending on even my mother, I'm originally from Sri Lanka.
Oh, are you? Yes.
And then my mother-in-law is a principal in a school, but she doesn't have paper qualification at all because she got married at the age of 17.
Yes, and babies.
Then, after that. Yeah. And then by experience, she has only a diploma or so. That's it. Just not like nowadays occasional thing. That's how it was that long time ago. It's depending on circumstances and then environment, and that has.
When I was at Preston Job Centre, because of my experience working in the criminals and whatever in that, and everybody. And I used to be able to tell as soon as somebody sat in front of me just where they were pitched. I mean, I spoke to guys who'd been qualified engineers and suddenly been made redundant, nearly in tears. So they're a lot different to deal with than the one who says, do you know how long it's taken me to get here? Do tell. For 9 o'clock. And I'm thinking, I was on the road at 7:15 this morning. And then they meet me that was sort of tantamount being the mother or even the grandmother. And so those experiences come, and then I've cajoled people around and everything like that to get into work. But that was my life's experience, certainly my qualifications. And
exactly, absolutely.
I used to say your CV looks like it's white as driven snow. He said, why? I said, there's nothing on it. And I had a lot of. My father was very quick with words, and by coaxing people, they suddenly found themselves on the Duke of Edinburgh Award, or the Princess Trust or whatever. Don't think here, just do it. And I really got an awful lot of people long term into employment just by coaxing and cajoling and whatever. But that was only my soft skills, as it were, to encourage people along, you see, where they've been sat there for years and years on benefits. And I found that an achievement, but also experience for me.
Yeah, absolutely, yes.
Yeah. So I've had a fulfilled existence like that. I didn't bargain for me retirement to be quite consumed with what I'm doing now. But having said that, that's the way life goes, isn't it? I mean, at least exactly. I'm here at 68 and not gone like my mother at 39. So you've got to look at it. That's how you've got to look at it. Positive.
Very well done, you. And then, okay. How long have you been caring for dementia now?
With Barry, with my husband, I'd say 4 years since he was diagnosed, but having said that, this has been creeping along quite a while.
Yeah.
And he had lots of falls, or he'll say to you that I wasn't falling, payments are bad and all the rest of it. But
you mean falls?
Pardon, falls?
Yeah, falls,
yeah.
Right.
So we were just dealing with that, and then somehow when we were up at a hospital and he'd had a scan, and the doctor there said, this is in Fleetwood, and he said there was to look at further, and then they sent him for a scan at Whitegate Drive, and that and going to the memory clinic and all this was put together, and they decided he'd got vascular dementia. And then we had to go through a lot of cardiac tests because the tablet they give him can bring on heart failure, and because of vascular dementia they are linked with the heart as well, aren't they? So it's been a learning curve. But prior to that, since he's been retired, I've got him through prostate cancer.
All right.
We did 37 shots of radium at Preston, and so I used to go to work and come home at 2 o'clock, and the appointments were about, say, 3, 4 o'clock. Sometimes we sat there for 4 hours. It didn't matter. We got it done. And so we got through that, and that's quite a while ago now. That's probably 2008, something like that, maybe prior to that. So it's, there's been ups and downs like that, and then this has come along. But, it's about 4 years I've been dealing with him. But having said that, I did, unbeknowingly in my mind, look after my mother-in-law, because her husband, 2 years after we married, he dropped dead in my bathroom, my mother-in-law, and they'd only just moved over here from Manchester. And she was sort of in my face, and I had her to deal with. And she became very bitter, and then she isolated herself, and that, wouldn't go out because she had ulcers on her legs, and it just went. We eventually had to get her into a home for the last 2 or 3 years of her life. And I was the daughter-in-law from hell. Got a son. And it was very hard work, but I can see now as I look back and the way she acted and the way she was, and there was no sense of humour there, there was nothing, it was just sort of like she was in this bitter shell and wouldn't, coerce contact with anybody, and it was just, that was on the cards for it to come through, and she passed away in the home. So I looked after her till I was about 50, running back and forth doing 2 homes.